My name is Elvis. I am owner and operator of 1133 Studios. Before I was on this path, I was actually an accountant working on my CPA license. I was a senior auditor, so I did accounting from 2016 all the way through the end of 2019. 4 full years as an accountant before starting my career as a photographer. But it wasn't intentional, I guess you could say. I left my public accounting job to seek a normal 9-to-5 accountant job. Because when you work at a CPA firm, your hours are miserable. You don't have time for hobbies. You don't have enough time for your family. It just wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted. So I searched for something more normal. You know, I did it right before the pandemic was a thing. And then February is when I started polishing up the resume, reaching out to recruiters, talking to folks in HR at different companies. And about the second week of March is when all the interviews stopped all together at once. And it was terrifying because I thought, oh my God, what did I just get myself into? A week of quarantine turned into 2, turned into a month, turned into 6 months. Move when you quit. You usually do it because you've already got another job lined up. I didn't do that. That's how sick of accounting I was. God, that was terrifying because I couldn't find a job. And that's when I started just freelancing with my photography. I was like, you know what? Like, I need to find a way to make some money. And that's how I started, just taking pictures of my friends, my parents, my dogs, you know, and I was doing photography for, you know, free or pennies. I mean, it wasn't great photography. It was my first time trying to do photography for money. But I learned real quick. Eventually, fall, early winter, I ended up getting a part-time accounting job at a CPA firm, unfortunately, because this is how CPA firms hire. What they like to do is they like to check for a pulse. As long as you're alive, you're hired. I decided to sort of do the two at the same time. And then my boss, she came to do a visit at my office, my little studio that I rented out. And then shortly after I was fired, I asked her, you know, like, what is it that I did wrong? And she said to me that when she saw me just in my element with the equipment and me in my little tiny office, she said she'd never seen me that happy before. And we got along perfectly fine. She never saw me that happy, and she knew that she felt like she was possibly holding me back. Cannot thank her enough for doing that. And that's when things really started to take off. Once I put accounting down, what I thought at the time, probably one of the worst things that could happen, because I went from, you know, oh, at least I've got, you know, some income, to, all right, you're 100% on your own all over again. So it was 2020 all over again. That really did light a fire under my... Doing something that you hate, even if you're good at it, just isn't worth it. It's going to be hard to find that balance because you're not always going to love what you do. Sometimes you're just going to do what pays the bills. And I understand that. Honestly, I can kind of respect that because that's tough. Because I tried that and I couldn't do it. Look at me now!